The discovery. In the quiet depths of space, an anomaly stirred. Unbeknownst to the billions of souls on the blue marble called Earth, this ripple in the cosmic fabric would soon change the course of human history forever. Dr. Amelia Chen stood before the massive radio telescope array, her eyes fixed on the flickering monitors. For years, she had scanned the heavens, searching for that elusive signal, proof that humanity was not alone in the universe. Tonight, something was different. Dr. Chen, her assistant Jake, called out excitedly. "We're picking up something unusual on the long-range scanners." Amelia rushed to his side, her heart pounding. The display showed a series of regular pulses, too precise to be natural phenomena. "It's not random noise," she whispered, her voice trembling with anticipation. "This is it, Jake, first contact." Within hours, observatories around the world confirmed the signal. As news spread, humanity collectively held its breath. Governments scrambled to respond, and the United Nations convened an emergency session. The result was the formation of the Global Response Initiative, GRI, a task force comprised of the world's leading scientists, diplomats, and military strategists. Dr. Chen found herself at the heart of this whirlwind. As one of Earth's foremost experts in xenolinguistics, she was tasked with decoding the alien message. Days turned into weeks as she and her team worked tirelessly, fueled by a mix of caffeine and sheer determination. "It's a primer," Amelia announced to the GRI Council, her eyes bright with excitement despite her exhaustion. "They're teaching us their language, their math. It's beautiful." General Marcus Reeves, the gruff head of Earth's unified defense forces, leaned forward. "That's all well and good, Doctor, but what are their intentions? Are they friendly?" Amelia shook her head. "It's too early to say. The message doesn't contain any explicit statements of intent. It's purely informational." As Earth prepared for potential first contact, humanity experienced a renaissance of creativity and innovation. The mere knowledge that we were not alone in the universe sparked a global surge in scientific research and artistic expression. New technologies emerged at an unprecedented rate, fueled by insights gleaned from the alien transmissions. In a secret facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Elias Corey led a team in developing Earth's first faster-than-light communications system. "If they can do it, so can we," he often said, pushing his team to new heights of ingenuity. Meanwhile, in the halls of power, debates raged about how to approach this new era. Some advocated for openness and cooperation, while others urged caution and secrecy. The world teetered on the brink of a new age, uncertain but filled with possibility. 6 months after the initial signal, Earth was ready to respond. A message of peace and curiosity was crafted, encoded with humanity's own primer on language and mathematics. With bated breath, the signal was sent, streaking across the cosmos towards its unknown recipients. Weeks passed with no response, then months. The initial excitement began to wane, replaced by a gnawing anxiety. Had Earth's message been received? Were the aliens simply taking their time to respond, or had something gone wrong? As summer faded into autumn, Dr. Chen found herself standing once again before the radio telescope array. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of fallen leaves and wood smoke. She gazed up at the stars, wondering what secrets they held. A sudden commotion from the control room broke her reverie. Running inside, she found her team in a frenzy of activity. "What's happening?" she demanded. Jake looked up, his face pale. "We're detecting multiple objects entering the solar system at high speed. They're heading straight for Earth." The next few hours were a blur of activity. As news of the approaching objects spread, the world held its collective breath. Military forces around the globe were put on high alert, while civilian populations were urged to remain calm. In orbit, Earth's fledgling space defense network came online for the first time. Satellites reoriented themselves, their sensors trained on the incoming visitors. As the objects drew closer, their true nature became clear. They were ships, sleek and alien in design. Dr. Chen found herself in the heart of GRI's command center, surrounded by holographic displays showing the approaching fleet. General Reeves stood beside her, his face grim. 5 ships, he muttered. Scout force, most likely. But scout for what? An invasion or a peaceful contact? Amelia shook her head. We can't jump to conclusions. Remember, we invited them here with our message. This could be the beginning of a new era for humanity. As the alien ships entered Earth orbit, the world watched and waited. Would this be the dawn of a new age of cooperation and advancement, or the beginning of humanity's greatest challenge? The answer, Amelia knew, would shape the destiny of every man, woman, and child on the planet. Suddenly, a new signal cut through the tense silence. It was coming from the lead alien ship, a complex series of pulses and harmonics that made the earlier transmissions seem primitive by comparison. They're hailing us, Amelia breathed, her fingers flying over the decryption console. As the message began to take shape, she felt a chill run down her spine. This wasn't a greeting or a declaration of peace, it was a demand. The alien transmission, once decoded, was clear and chilling. Humans of Earth, your planet has been chosen. Prepare for integration into the Galactic Concordat. Resistance is inadvisable. As the implications of the message sank in, Amelia realized that humanity's great leap into the cosmic community had only just begun. The true test of human ingenuity, courage, and unity lay ahead. In the face of an advanced alien civilization with unknown intentions, Earth would need to draw upon every ounce of its strength and creativity to secure its place among the stars. The control room erupted into chaos as officials scrambled to formulate a response. In that moment, watching the alien ships looming on the viewscreens, Dr. Amelia Chen knew that the course of human history had been irrevocably altered. The adventure that lay ahead would test the very limits of human potential, and she was determined to face it head-on. As the first part of our story concludes, Earth stands on the precipice of a new era. The arrival of the alien scout ships has shattered humanity's illusions of solitude in the cosmos. Now, faced with an ultimatum from an advanced civilization, the people of Earth must unite as never before to navigate the treacherous waters of galactic politics and secure their future among the stars. The stage is set for a tale of courage, innovation, and the indomitable human spirit. As we move forward, we will witness the unfolding of a cosmic drama that will challenge our heroes to their very core, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human in a vast and often hostile universe. The encounter. The alien ships hung in Earth's orbit like silver daggers against the black velvet of space. On the ground, humanity grappled with the reality of first contact and the ominous message that came with it. Dr. Amelia Chen stood before the United Nations Security Council, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. The aliens call themselves the Zarkith. Their message speaks of integration, but the subtext is clear. They view us as a resource to be assimilated, not as equals. General Reeves, sitting beside her, leaned forward. We've analyzed their technology. It's advanced, but not insurmountably so. If it comes to conflict, we have a fighting chance. The chamber erupted into heated debate. Some nations advocated for immediate military action, while others pushed for diplomatic engagement. In the end, a compromise was reached. Earth would send a delegation to meet with the Zarkith, but preparations for potential conflict would continue in secret. Amelia found herself at the heart of these preparations. As Earth's foremost expert on Zarkith language and culture, she was tasked with leading the diplomatic mission. As she boarded the shuttle that would take her to the alien mothership, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The interior of the Zarkith vessel was a marvel of biomechanical engineering. Organic curves melded seamlessly with gleaming metal, creating an environment that was both beautiful and alien. Amelia and her team were led to a vast chamber where 3 Zarkith representatives awaited them. The aliens were tall, willowy creatures with iridescent skin and large, multifaceted eyes. Their movements were graceful, almost hypnotic. The lead Zarkith, who introduced itself as Spandry, spoke in a melodious voice that seemed to resonate directly in Amelia's mind. "Welcome, humans," Sandry said. "We are pleased you have accepted our invitation. The process of integration need not be unpleasant if you cooperate fully." Amelia steeled herself, then replied, "We appreciate your welcome, but I must clarify, Earth has not agreed to any integration. We're here to establish diplomatic relations as equals." A ripple of what might have been amusement passed through the Zarkith. "Your species is young," Sandry said. "You do not yet understand your place in the galactic order, but you will learn." Over the next few days, tensions mounted as the true nature of the Zarkith's intentions became clear. They saw Earth as a promising but underdeveloped world, ripe for colonization. The integration they spoke of was nothing less than the gradual subjugation of humanity. Back on Earth, Dr. Elias Curry and his team worked feverishly to unlock the secrets of Zarkith technology. Every scrap of data from the diplomatic mission was analyzed, every energy signature scrutinized. "We're making progress," Elias reported to General Reeves. "That FTL drive, I think we can replicate it, maybe even improve upon it." As the diplomatic impasse dragged on, strange events began to occur around the globe. People reported sightings of creatures that seemed to shift and change before their eyes. Sophisticated computer systems experienced inexplicable glitches. It soon became clear that the Zarkith had already begun their infiltration of Earth. Amelia, still aboard the alien mothership, made a startling discovery. Hidden beneath layers of diplomatic doublespeak and cultural misunderstandings, she uncovered the truth. The Zarkith were not a unified force, but a fragmented society held together by a rigid caste system, and not all of them agreed with the plan to subjugate Earth. One night, as Amelia pored over linguistic data in her quarters, a shadowy figure appeared. It was a Zarkith, but unlike any she had seen before. Its skin was a deep, midnight blue, and its eyes held a wisdom that seemed ancient beyond measure. "I am Zoral," the creature said, its voice a whisper in Amelia's mind. "What you have discovered about our society is true. There are those among us who oppose the conquest of your world. We believe in cooperation, not domination." Amelia's heart raced. "Why are you telling me this?" Zorl's multifaceted eyes seemed to shimmer. "Because your species has potential. We have observed your rapid technological advancement since our arrival. It is unprecedented. Some of us believe that humanity could be the key to breaking the cycle of conquest that has defined our civilization for millennia." As Amelia absorbed this information, alarms began to blare throughout the ship. "They've discovered my presence," Zoral said urgently. "I must go. But remember, human, you are not alone in this struggle. Look to the stars and you will find allies." With that, Zoral vanished, leaving Amelia with a head full of questions and a heart full of hope. She knew that the information she now possessed could change everything, if only she could get it back to Earth. Meanwhile, on the planet's surface, humanity's resistance was taking shape. In hidden bunkers and secret laboratories, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to adapt Zarkith technology to human use. The first prototype of a human-built FTL drive was nearing completion, promising to level the playing field. General Reeves, overseeing the military preparations, received a coded message from Amelia. His eyes widened as he decoded its contents. "Get me the Security Council," he barked to his aide, "and contact Dr. Curry. Tell him to accelerate the FTL project. We may have just found our ace in the hole." As Earth's leaders digested the information about the Zarkith's internal divisions, a new strategy began to take shape. If humanity could exploit these fractures, they might stand a chance not just of surviving, but of carving out a place for themselves in the galactic community. But time was running out. The Zarkith leadership, growing impatient with Earth's continued resistance, was preparing for more direct action. Satellite imagery showed more alien ships entering the solar system, not scouts this time, but warships. In a secret facility beneath the Gobi Desert, Dr. Corey made the final adjustments to Earth's first FTL-capable vessel. "It's not pretty," he said to the assembled team, "but it'll fly. And more importantly, it'll get us out there." He patted the hull of the ship, which had been cobbled together from a mix of human and reverse-engineered Zarkith technology. "We're calling her the Phoenix. Let's hope she lives up to her name." As the Phoenix prepared for its maiden voyage, Amelia made a daring escape from the Zarkith mothership. With the help of Zorl's faction, she managed to steal a small scout ship, carrying with her a treasure trove of intelligence on Zarkith society and technology. Her return to Earth was met with equal parts celebration and urgency. The information she'd brought could turn the tide, but only if they acted quickly. As she debriefed Earth's leaders, the Phoenix launched in secret, carrying a hand-picked crew on humanity's first faster-than-light journey. Their mission: to make contact with other alien species, potential allies in the coming conflict with the Zarkith. As the Phoenix vanished into the depths of space, leaving behind a trail of shimmering energy, humanity collectively held its breath. The next move in this cosmic chess game would determine the fate of Earth and its place in the galaxy. As Amelia watched the stars from her window, she knew that the true test of human ingenuity and spirit was yet to come. The Zarkith had awakened a sleeping giant, and now humanity was ready to show the galaxy what it was truly capable of. As Part 2 draws to a close, the stage is set for an epic confrontation. Earth stands on the brink of either subjugation or a new golden age of exploration and discovery. The choices made in the coming days will echo through history, shaping the destiny of not just humanity, but potentially the entire galaxy. The Zarkith, once seen as an unstoppable force, now face an opponent unlike any they've encountered before. As both sides prepare for the battles to come, one question remains: in a universe of infinite possibilities, can humanity forge its own path among the stars? The deception. As the Phoenix embarked on its secret mission into the cosmos, Earth braced itself for the Zarkith's next move. The alien warships loomed in high orbit, a constant reminder of the threat hanging over humanity's head. On the surface, life seemed to continue as normal. But beneath this veneer of normalcy, a silent war was being waged. Zarkith infiltrators, using advanced shapeshifting technology, had begun to integrate themselves into human society. Their goal: to undermine Earth's defenses from within. Dr. Amelia Chen, now back on Earth, found herself at the forefront of this shadow conflict. Her intimate knowledge of Zarkith language and culture made her uniquely suited to rooting out the alien spies. But it was a dangerous game, one where a single misstep could have catastrophic consequences. "They're everywhere," Amelia reported to General Reeves during a secure briefing. "Government, military, even civilian sectors. But they're not infallible. Their disguises have quirks, inconsistencies we can exploit." Reeves nodded grimly. "We need to set up a global detection network, but we have to do it quietly. If the Zarkith realize we're onto them, they might decide to skip the subterfuge and move straight to open invasion." As Earth's leaders grappled with this insidious threat, a grassroots movement began to take shape among the civilian population. Sparked by leaked information about the true nature of the Zarkith presence, resistance cells sprang up around the globe. They called themselves the Terra Nova Coalition, and their message was clear: humanity would not go quietly into the night. In a hidden bunker beneath the streets of Rio de Janeiro, Maria Suarez, a brilliant hacker and the de facto leader of the Terra Nova Coalition, addressed her fellow resistors. "The Zarkith think they can simply walk in and take our world," she said, her eyes blazing with determination. "But they've underestimated us. We have something they don't: the will to fight for our freedom, no matter the cost." The resistance movement grew rapidly, fueled by a potent mix of fear, anger, and hope. They developed ingenious methods for detecting Zarkith infiltrators, from DIY electromagnetic sensors to AI-powered behavior analysis algorithms. Every exposed spy was a victory, a small but significant blow against the alien invaders. Meanwhile, Dr. Elias Curry and his team continued their work on adapting Zarkith technology. The breakthrough came in an unexpected form. A young physicist named Zara Patel made a startling discovery while analyzing the aliens' energy weapons. "It's not just a weapon," Zara explained excitedly to Dr. Curry. "The underlying principles. I think we can use them to create a planetary shield, a defense system that could protect the entire Earth." As work on the planetary shield began in earnest, the Zarkith grew increasingly frustrated with Earth's stubborn resistance. Xandri, the alien leader, called for a meeting with Earth's representatives. In a cavernous chamber aboard the Zarkith mothership, Amelia once again found herself face to face with the alien diplomat. But this time she was armed with knowledge. Knowledge of the Zarkith's weaknesses, their internal divisions, and their true intentions. "Your continued defiance is perplexing," Xandri said, its multifaceted eyes gleaming. "Surely you must see the futility of your actions. Why not embrace the benefits of integration into the Galactic Concordat?" Amelia stood tall, her voice steady. "Because those benefits come at too high a cost. Our freedom, our identity, our very humanity. We choose to forge our own path among the stars." A ripple of what might have been anger passed through Xandri's iridescent form. "You speak of choice, but you fail to understand. Your integration is not a matter of if, but when. The Concordat's will is absolute." As the diplomatic impasse deepened, Earth's covert operations continued. The resistance movement, working in tandem with military special forces, began to turn the tables on the Zarkith infiltrators. One by one, alien sleeper cells were exposed and neutralized. But the Zarkith had one last card to play. In a bold move, they activated a network of hidden satellites, devices that had been quietly placed in Earth orbit long before their official arrival. These satellites began broadcasting a signal that interfered with human brain patterns, causing confusion and disorientation on a global scale. As chaos threatened to engulf the planet, humanity's salvation came from an unexpected quarter. Zor-El, the renegade Zarkith who had aided Amelia's escape, managed to transmit critical information to Earth, the frequency and modulation of the disruptive signal. Armed with this knowledge, Dr. Curry and his team worked feverishly to develop a countermeasure. In labs and makeshift workshops around the world, humans and sympathetic Zarkith worked side by side, racing against time to save Earth from mental subjugation. The planetary shield, still in its prototype stage, was hastily repurposed. Instead of deflecting external threats, it was reconfigured to neutralize the Zarkith's psychic attack. As the shield powered up, drawing energy from the Earth's own magnetic field, humanity collectively held its breath. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, like a wave of clarity washing over the planet, the effects of the Zarkith signal began to fade. Minds cleared, focus returned, and with it came a surge of defiance and determination. Amelia, watching from the control center of the planetary shield facility, felt a swell of pride. "We did it," she whispered, tears in her eyes. "We stood up to them." But the victory was bittersweet. The Zarkith, that planned for subtle conquest thwarted, now had little reason to hold back. The warships in orbit began to power up their weapons systems, preparing for a more direct approach. As alarms blared and the world braced for impact, a message came through on all frequencies. It was from the Phoenix, Earth's first FTL ship, returning from its secret mission. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Starship Phoenix," the message began. "We bring news from the stars. Earth is not alone in its struggle against the Zarkith. We have made contact with other species, races who have suffered under the Concordat's rule. They stand ready to aid us in our fight for freedom." A cheer went up in the control room, echoed in command centers and resistance hideouts around the globe. The tide was turning. Earth was no longer a lone voice crying out in the cosmic wilderness, but part of a growing alliance of free worlds. As the Zarkith warships moved into attack position, humanity steeled itself for the battle to come. But now they fought not just for their own world, but for a vision of a galaxy where freedom and self-determination were the birthright of all sentient beings. The deception was over. The silent war had erupted into open conflict, and as the first salvos were fired, lighting up the night sky with otherworldly fire, one thing became clear. Win or lose, humanity's destiny now lay among the stars. As Part 3 concludes, Earth stands on the precipice of all-out war with the Zarkith. The planet's fate hangs in the balance, but for the first time since this cosmic drama began, there is real hope. With new allies, advancing technology, and an indomitable spirit, humanity prepares to fight not just for survival, but for its place in a vast and complex galactic community. The stage is set for an epic confrontation that will determine the future of Earth and potentially reshape the power dynamics of the entire galaxy. As the people of Earth look to the star-filled sky, now alight with the fires of approaching battle, they know that the greatest test of human courage and ingenuity is yet to come: the rebellion. The night sky blazed with an otherworldly light as the Zarkith fleet opened fire on Earth. But humanity was ready. The planetary shield, hastily repurposed from Dr. Corey's prototype, flared to life, deflecting the first wave attacks in a dazzling display of energy. General Reeves stood in the Global Defense Command Center, his face illuminated by the holographic displays showing the battle unfolding in orbit. "Status report," he barked. "Shield holding at 87% capacity, sir," a young lieutenant responded. "Our countermeasures are online and ready." Reeves nodded grimly. "Initiate Operation Slingshot. Let's show these aliens what happens when you back humanity into a corner." Around the world, hidden missile silos opened, revealing not nuclear warheads, but something far more advanced. These were the fruits of Earth's reverse engineering efforts, weapons that combined human ingenuity with adapted Zarkith technology. As the counterattack launched, the orbiting Zarkith ships found themselves facing an unexpectedly formidable opponent. Earth's new weapons pierced their shields with surprising ease, causing significant damage. Aboard the Zarkith command ship, Xandri watched in disbelief as the battle unfolded. "Impossible," it hissed. How could they have advanced so quickly? But the Zarkith were not easily defeated. They adjusted their tactics, bringing more ships into the fray. The battle for Earth had begun in earnest, and the planet's fate hung in the balance. Meanwhile, light years away, the Phoenix raced back towards Earth, leading a coalition fleet of alien allies. Captain Sarah Chen, Amelia's younger sister, stood on the bridge, her face set with determination. "Status of the wormhole drive," she asked her chief engineer. "Stable, Captain, but we're pushing it to the limit. I'm not sure how long we can maintain this speed." Sarah nodded. "We have to risk it. Earth needs us. They need to know they're not alone in this fight." Back on Earth, the resistance movement had gone into overdrive. Maria Suarez and her Terra Nova coalition worked tirelessly to coordinate global efforts, from sabotaging Zarkith ground operations to providing crucial intelligence to military forces. In a hidden bunker beneath the streets of Tokyo, Maria addressed resistance leaders from around the world via a secure holographic link. "The Zarkith thought they could break us," she said, her voice filled with passion. "But they've only made us stronger, united. Today, we show them the true strength of humanity." As the space battle raged on, Dr. Amelia Chen made a startling discovery. Analyzing data from the ongoing conflict, she noticed a pattern in the Zarkith ship movements. "They're not just fighting us," she explained to General Reeves. "Look at these maneuvers. Some of their ships are attacking each other." Reeves leaned in, his brow furrowed. "The internal divisions you mentioned, they're playing out in the middle of the battle." Amelia nodded excitedly. "Exactly. And I think I know how we can use this to our advantage." Working quickly, Amelia and her team devised a plan to exploit the Zarkith's internal conflict. Using their knowledge of Zarkith communication protocols, they began broadcasting carefully crafted messages designed to sow further discord among the alien forces. The effect was almost immediate. The Zarkith fleet's coordinated assault began to falter as ships turned on each other, unsure of who to trust. But the battle was far from over. The Zarkith, realizing their vulnerability, launched a desperate gambit. A massive ship, unlike any seen before, emerged from the far side of the moon. It was a planet killer, capable of reducing Earth to a molten ruin. As the doomsday weapon powered up, a sense of dread swept across the planet. The planetary shield, already strained from the ongoing battle, wouldn't be able to withstand such an attack. In this darkest hour, humanity's salvation came from an unexpected source. Zor-El, the renegade Zarkith who had been aiding Earth in secret, managed to transmit critical information about the planet killer's weaknesses. Dr. Corey and his team worked feverishly to devise a countermeasure. "We need to overload its main power core," he explained to the Global Defense Council. "But to do that, we'd need to get past its shields and deliver a massive energy pulse directly to the reactor." "A suicide mission," General Reeves said quietly. Curry nodded sullenly. "Most likely, but it's our only shot." Volunteers were called for, and a response was overwhelming. From every corner of the globe, pilots and soldiers stepped forward, ready to sacrifice everything for the chance to save their world. The chosen team, led by a young pilot named Alex Kamara, launched in a specially modified craft. As they approached the massive Zarkith ship, the planet held its collective breath. Alex's voice crackled over the comm. "We're approaching the target. Shields are... Wait, something's happening." At that moment, a massive wormhole opened near Earth's orbit. From it emerged the Phoenix, leading a vast armada of alien ships. The cavalry had arrived. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth ship Phoenix." Her voice boomed across all frequencies. "To all Zarkith forces, stand down immediately or face the combined might of the Free Galactic Alliance." The battle turned in an instant. Caught between Earth's defenses, their own internal strife, and the newly arrived alien fleet, the Zarkith invasion force began to crumble. In a last, desperate move, the commander of the planet killer decided to fire, hoping to at least destroy the world that had caused them so much trouble. But Alex and her team were ready. In a daring maneuver, they slipped past the massive ship's defenses and delivered their payload directly to its core. The resulting explosion was visible from the surface of Earth, a new star briefly flaring in the sky before fading away. With their ultimate weapon destroyed and their fleet in disarray, the Zarkith had no choice but to surrender. As the dust settled and the full extent of Earth's victory became clear, a sense of awe swept across the planet. They had done it. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged not just victorious, but as a new power on the galactic stage. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth's leaders met with representatives from the Free Galactic Alliance. The galaxy, they learned, was a far more complex and diverse place than they had ever imagined. And now, Earth would have a voice in shaping its future. As news of the victory spread, celebrations erupted around the globe. But for those who had been at the heart of the conflict, the mood was more reflective. They knew that this was not an end, but a beginning. Earth's journey among the stars was just getting started, and the true challenges and wonders of galactic citizenship lay ahead. As Part 4 concludes, Earth stands triumphant, having repelled the Zarkith invasion against all odds. The planet has not only survived, but has emerged as a significant player in galactic affairs. With new allies, advanced technology, and a newfound unity, humanity prepares to take its first true steps into the cosmic community. But questions remain. How will Earth navigate the complex politics of the galaxy? What other wonders and dangers await them in the vast expanse of space? And how will this victory change humanity itself? As the people of Earth look to the stars, now filled with possibility rather than threat, They know that their greatest adventures are yet to come. The New Dawn. In the months following Earth's victory over the Zarkith, the planet underwent a transformation unlike any in its history. The scars of battle were slowly healing, replaced by the marks of a civilization taking its first steps into a larger universe. Dr. Amelia Chen stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, Earth's first orbital diplomatic hub. Below her, the blue marble of her homeworld shimmered, while above, the stars beckoned with newfound promise. "Quite a view, isn't it?" a voice said behind her. Amelia turned to see her sister, Captain Sarah Chen, approaching with a smile. "It's breathtaking," Amelia agreed. "Sometimes I still can't believe how far we've come in such a short time." Indeed, in the wake of the Zarkith conflict, humanity had experienced an unprecedented technological and cultural renaissance. The influx of knowledge from their new galactic allies, combined with the ingenuity born of the war effort, had catapulted Earth centuries ahead in development. Cities were being rebuilt with advanced materials that could self-repair. Clean energy sources, derived from adapted alien technology, were rapidly replacing fossil fuels. And perhaps most significantly, the first human colonies on Mars and the moons of Jupiter were already taking shape. But it wasn't just technology that was changing. The very fabric of human society was evolving to meet the challenges and opportunities of their new reality. In the newly formed Global Assembly Chamber in Geneva, representatives from every nation on Earth gathered to discuss the planet's role in galactic affairs. The old rivalries and conflicts that had defined much of human history seemed petty in the face of the vast cosmos. Maria Suarez, once the leader of the Terra Nova resistance, now stood as Earth's first ambassador to the Free Galactic Alliance. "We stand at a crossroads," she addressed the assembly. "We have been given an opportunity to shape not just our own destiny, but that of countless worlds. The question is, what kind of galactic citizens do we wish to be?" The debate that followed was passionate but constructive. Earth was determined to be a force for positive change in the galaxy, advocating for the rights of developing worlds and working to reform the more oppressive aspects of galactic governance. Meanwhile, in laboratories and universities around the world, humans worked side by side with alien scientists, pushing the boundaries of knowledge in fields ranging from quantum physics to xenobiology. Dr. Elias Khoury, leading a joint human-alien research team, made a groundbreaking discovery in the field of consciousness transfer. "This could revolutionize our understanding of life itself," he explained excitedly to a global audience. "Imagine being able to preserve the minds of our greatest thinkers, to allow them to continue contributing to society long after their physical bodies have aged." But with great advancement came great responsibility. Earth's leaders grappled with the ethical implications of their new technologies and their growing influence in galactic affairs. In a secure facility beneath the Himalayan mountains, General Rees, now the head of Earth's Cosmic Defense Force, briefed a select group on a troubling development. "We've detected unusual activity in the Andromeda Galaxy," he said gravely. "Our allies believe it may be the stirring of an ancient threat, one that makes the Zarkith look like a minor nuisance in comparison." As Earth prepared for potential new challenges, they also celebrated their achievements. The first human-piloted ship to travel beyond the solar system, the Magellan, was preparing for its maiden voyage. Its mission, to explore the unknown reaches of the galaxy and establish diplomatic relations with new civilizations. Captain Alex Kamara, the hero of the battle against the Zarkith planet killer, had been chosen to lead this historic expedition. As she stood before the gleaming ship, addressing a crowd of millions watching around the world and across the galaxy, she spoke of hope and unity. "We embark on this journey not just as representatives of Earth, but as envoys of peace and cooperation for all sentient beings," she said, her voice filled with conviction. "The stars have called to us since the dawn of our species. Now, at last, we answer that call not as conquerors or subjects, but as equals among the cosmic community." As the Magellan lifted off, its revolutionary warp drive igniting in a dazzling display of energy, humanity collectively held its breath. This was more than just the launch of a ship. It was the beginning of a new era for Earth and its people. Back on Harmony Station, Amelia and Sarah watched the Magellan disappear into the depths of space. "Do you think we're ready for what's out there?" Sarah asked, a hint of concern in her voice. Amelia smiled, her eyes fixed on the point where the ship had vanished. "Ready or not, it's where we belong." The Zarkith thought they could subjugate us, but instead, they awakened something within humanity, a drive to explore, to understand, to grow beyond our limits. As if to underscore her words, a transmission came through on the station's comm system. It was from Zoral, the Zarkith defector who had aided Earth in its time of need. "Greetings, friends," the alien's melodious voice filled the chamber. "I bring news from the former Concordat worlds. The revolution you inspired continues to spread. More and more species are throwing off the shackles of oppression and joining the Free Galactic Alliance. You have changed the course of galactic history." Amelia and Sarah exchanged a look of pride and wonder. Earth's journey had only just begun, but already they had made an indelible mark on the cosmos. As the sun rose on a new day, casting its light across a planet forever changed, humanity looked to the future with a mix of excitement and determination. They had faced their greatest challenge and emerged stronger, wiser, and united. Whatever the universe had in store, be it wonders beyond imagination or threats yet unknown, Earth was ready to face it head-on. For in the end, the Zarkith's greatest mistake hadn't been underestimating humanity's technology or military might. It had been failing to recognize the indomitable spirit that had driven humans to reach for the stars since they first looked up at the night sky in wonder. Now, that same spirit would guide them as they took their place among the stars, not as conquerors or subjects, but as explorers, peacekeepers, and innovators. The galaxy would never be the same again, and neither would humanity. As our story concludes, we leave Earth poised on the brink of a new cosmic age. The challenges they faced with the Zarkith were just the beginning, a crucible that forged a stronger, more united human race. Now, as they venture forth into the vast expanse of the universe, they carry with them the hopes and dreams of countless generations who wondered what lay beyond the veil of night. The future is uncertain, filled with both promise and peril. But one thing is clear: humanity's greatest adventure is just beginning. And as they journey forth into the unknown, they do so not just for themselves, but for all those who dream of a freer, more enlightened galaxy. In the end, the Zarkith's attempt to subjugate Earth didn't just fail, it catalyzed humanity's ascension to the stars, and in doing so, it changed the course of galactic history forever.